Item 18B, at the request of Councilmember Schwartz, a discussion regarding the emergency purchase memo from the Kenner Fire Department dated September 9, 2022.
Yes,
Councilmember Swarth.
sorry. Chief? I know the Board of
Let me,
Radio- Okay, go ahead.
no, I was going back to your Granger question of all the invoices we have related to Granger. Most of them were recreation, KPD, wastewater, general services, field services. Fire department really doesn't have a whole lot of purchases from Granger. Okay, so none of radios.
Okay, thing of it is, I know it's emergency purchases, but these trucks have been on order for a while.
Right.
These trucks are supposed to have been delivered originally, I believe, in July, the first time. Why are we doing the emergency purchase, and why wasn't this done prior to having to be an emergency that we have to? I know the two new trucks come in. I think one of them, they're training on one of the trucks right now.
Right.
Why emergency? I mean, could we have had these radios in hand, ready, bid out, but when the trucks came in, we could have had them, okay, install them? Why do all of a sudden it's got to be an emergency purchase, is what I'm trying to ask.
Well, because the cost of the individual radios went above $5,000, it was a price increase. So prior to that, we could have just purchased them through Motorola through the contract. Because the price exceeds the $5,000, now we needed council approval.
Yeah,
But it was a price increase.
Still goes back to my original, why wasn't this already done and said and done? And then when the trucks come in, ready for installation, why do we have to do this now under emergency contract? That's what I'm trying to say. We knew the trucks were coming in. We knew they were coming. So going through the process of going out for bid, getting the best bids, getting the best price, the best bang for the buck for the city of Kenner. Now it's under emergency. It's like we've got to do this now. You know, I was just wondering why we didn't think about this in July.
Right. I think this started back then when we were purchasing. The original plan was to try to salvage, maybe utilize the radios on the other apparatus. But since we're planning on keeping those in the fleet for emergency purchases, we ended up purchasing and planning to purchase new radios to put on these apparatus, and that process had been in effect for a couple of months, since July or whatever. But prior to this, by being less than $5,000, it was something we could have just purchased off a state contract. But because the cost of the two radios went above $5,000, I think it's $5,200, now we needed legislative approval to purchase them. But it was a price increase on the radios.
Right, I don't.
And it's like a 30-day window that we could get them, call them, say, give us the contract on it, and send them over there and get them installed. It's not a long process to make the radios happen.
Right, and we changed name brands for the radios. I know we have Motorola's that are in most of the apparatuses now, and now we're going to the Vikings. They're comparable.
Yeah, it's the same. As long as they operate on the same systems.
Yeah,
The names are different. The brand doesn't.
Right, it's-
Yeah, the brand is just a brand. It's like a Samsung or OLED, whatever TV you purchase.
the dependability of the radios, make sure that they're going to work and operate when we're under emergency situations. I just wondered, I'm trying to eliminate other departments for coming up and doing the same thing.
Right.
You know, just, oh, I need this like right now. Well, you thought about it 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Why all of a sudden it's an emergency? Got to be done now. And that's just when I know the air price increases. It's nothing that we can avoid.
Right.
Nothing we can avoid.
Right.
But if we would have had these things on hand, set, we wouldn't have had to worry about the price increase because we would have had it. You know, it's just like buying something before it goes on sale, or buy it's on sale and the price goes up later.
Right.
If we would have had these radios on sale, I think we could have, on hand, we could have saved the city probably a couple bucks. You know, if we would have had these radios. We knew the trucks were coming in, things.
Right, I mean, we could have purchased the radios when we put in the purchase order for the trucks 18 months ago, or 16, however long ago it was, so, 16 months ago. We could have purchased them then, but then other stuff may happen, they get lost or anything like that, so you run the risk of individual incidents like that happening. So we put the purchase order in once the trucks came, started prepping for everything, the new equipment that needed to go on the trucks and all these other things. And the radios was one of them, and it's usually under the normal process, a short turnaround to make radios happen. They're local. It's not something that we have to wait to be built like we did with the fire trucks. So in the short time, but in that time, the price increase went from 4,000 something to 5,000. So it's not just a phone call, okay, we're ready to get radios installed. We have to do the legislation to make it happen now.
Yeah, I understand that. And I know the company, things like that, he's got the radios on hand, so we don't have to worry
Right.
about ordering the radios. As soon as the truck goes in, you line it up, and your radios go in. I know that's taken care of. I'm just wondering, I'm trying to stop other departments from doing emergency.
Well, trust me, I didn't want this process myself.
So we got new trucks coming, we got at least one truck right now going out for bid, right now? Do you have any trucks right now, that you're on your wish list to be?
Yeah, I have trucks on my wish list.
Okay, so when you get it in and you get the numbers on it, have the radios put in, or have the numbers for the radios then, so we don't have to do an emergency purchase for the next when the trucks come in again. You know, have everything lined up, you don't mind to put that all in there. So we got the, another question, you gotta haul a hose and all the appliances and tools for the truck that's on the truck already, was that all in with the bid? Because I'm coming in July, I don't know what the original bid was. On for us, hose, all the hose on the fire truck, the tools, extrication tools, we gotta have them on there, all appliances, axes, everything else. That's already been purchased, everything's been done.
Like I said, most of the stuff that's already on existing units that these units are replacing will be put on the new units.
So you're just gonna take off of one, and just put it on the other one?
Yeah, take what's existing, and then the stuff that's deficient we'll replace on there, but we won't know that until we start changing the equipment over from one unit, from the older units to the new units. Like I say, these units are so old, but I don't want to consume them yet, because if we have another Ida we put in 10 units. We put in every truck that we had in service because of the volume of incidents that we were responding to. So we put, so these units will be there if we need them in those types of situations.
I'm
So-
sorry, I
Yeah.
just realized I didn't have my mic on.
Well, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. The old trucks, you gonna keep them back up in service?
Yeah. Well, we only we're required to have one official spare truck, but they will be technically spares, like last resort spares, for us just in those incidents, like I say, with disasters and stuff like that, in order to be able to stand up extra units, or if we have multiple units fail, to replace those to go in, or in those last resort type instances.
Right, I didn't know if you was gonna mothball them, or,
I think one of them we're going to mothball because the condition of it is kind of real last resort, but, a function and a crunch if we needed it to.
yeah, I mean, you're not gonna put it behind vehicle maintenance over there with the other two trucks, are you?
Those are gone. I mean, those have serious mechanical issues that is not worth the cost to repair them, to keep them in service.
Okay. Thank you, Chief, I appreciate that.
Councilmember Lahat.
Chief, this is mainly a question, I think, for Elizabeth, and I'm trying to help you out on this one. Station 379, the rolling sheet door, I've heard this is the third time we bid it. So I'm still new, so I don't want problems with the firehouses. So how do we get these people to fix the door? Are we not getting responses? Are they not adequate?
Yeah, we're not getting the responses. So it went out for bid again this past Wednesday. So it closes, I believe, on October 12th. It was damaged during Ida,
Yeah.
so FEMA requires you to do a bid process. If it got into a case where it was an emergency, the city attorney's office, if they determine it's a emergency, we could move forward with getting it repaired. But as of now, we're following our bid law.
Sure.
Just-
Is there anything on my side that we can do to get someone to look at this and respond to the bid?
If anyone knows of anybody, we reach out to vendors that perform repairs before with the city, and we've sent it out. It's advertised in the Journal, it's on our website, it's on central bidding, it's everywhere
Got
that, we normally bid stuff on.
Okay. That was Elizabeth's question, so
Okay.
can you go sit down?
No, I think Councilman
You better hurry
Schwartz has another,
Forgot to ask. Status on Station 38, the trailer.
I'm sorry, what happened?
That's what I wanted to ask. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's that?
Trailer, are we,
Madam Chairman.
Councilmember Dunn, yes.
yes,
Madam
right here.
Chairman.
Or have we switched out the trailer yet?
Yeah, they switched out.
They switched out.
They finished the connections yesterday. So
Okay.
they're ready for the guys to move in starting today.
Okay, thank you.
You need to look this way.
Councilman Brenner?
Councilman Brennan.
I forgot my question. I need a challenge flag of some sort, all right? Chief, when did we order the trucks? Approximately.
I think May of last year, 21.
Okay. And the radios that are in the older vehicles or the other replacement vehicles, how old are those radios? Approximately?
20 plus years.
Okay. So regardless of when, even if we would have ordered these 18 months ago, is it possible the technology has changed between then and now?
It's highly possible. Technology is moving really fast.
with
I mean,
that,
even
the-
the radios we have now,
And I understand and respect the trying to reduce emergency purchases, but I'm not an electronics expert by any means, but it just seems, and I would imagine this would apply to the fire department, the police department, and maybe even other departments. If it's something as important as radio communication, would it be better to wait until we know, okay, the trucks are being delivered at this point, and we know it's going to take us 8 weeks to get this equipment, to go ahead and order it at that point, rather than 12 months or 14 months ago? I know Chief Conley's talked about the patrol cars and what the delay is. I think it's 8 months for 40 plus months for police cars. So again, I'm not trying to be argumentative in this. I think there's some things that are going to have to
right,
be
that-
done.
at the moment. Right,
Okay, thank you.
right.
Councilman Brannigan.
The question, Brennan just stole my stuff, and the reason that the police cars are taking 40 months is they can't figure out what side to put the 40 plus weeks, so they can't figure out what side to put the steering wheel on, but that's for another topic. I don't feel comfortable putting 20-year-old radios in brand-new fire trucks, so I think that when we have new fire trucks coming in, as Councilman Brennan said, just get ahead of the game on a deal so we don't have emergency purchases if possible.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we don't want our guys listening to 8-track tape players.
Right.
That would be CDs, 20 years ago.
Thank you, Councilwoman McKinley.
Any other comments? Okay.